Today, we're going to be looking at what transactional leadership is, what the benefits are, and what are the drawbacks.
Hi, I'm Jeanette Bergeau.
And I'm Crystal Brown.
And we're a mother-daughter mediation team. And our Korero Solutions channel is dedicated to help you become the leader that you and your workplace deserve.
For the latest tips, tools, and advice, hit that notification bell so you receive our most up-to-date content. Let's get started. Looking at transactional leadership, it really focuses on the tasks, the performance, and the supervision aspect that come with being a manager. So this is why it's called managerial style leadership for a lot of organizations, is because this is a person that has that designated title. So they are in charge of the day-to-day operations of that individual. So making sure that the tasks get done, making sure that those expectations are met, and ensuring that supervision happens, that that employee has somebody that's watching over them, making sure that they are being held accountable. This rolls into the reward and punishment. They're also in charge of rewarding the employees for what they've done well and what happens when they don't do so well or they don't achieve the desired results. A lot of these workplaces are far more designed around rewards, punishment. So is there a bonus? Is there a promotion? Or is there a demotion? Do you lose stuff? Can you only get the corner office if you meet these key objectives? The proverbial stick and carrot. We have the benefits over here and the punishment over here. Which one would you prefer to choose? This style of leadership really thrives when there's a hierarchical structure. So you have people that you manage directly below you, and then you answer to people above you. This really helps them when it comes to rewards and punishment because things are typically laid out so you know what the parameters are for success and what the parameters are for failure.
So some of the areas where you see this most evident in the leadership style is in sports. So if you look at any sports that's out there, the better player you are, the higher your salary, the more publicity you'll get. We also see it in manufacturing where they're counting specific widgets, or in producing data with fewer errors, the higher quality work that you're rewarded based on that.
Yeah, the quality check places. You really want to, if quality is of paramount importance as opposed to creativity, this is really where you see this style come into place.
And then you'll also see it in sales. So where the sales that you bring in actually are the only indicators of your success and the only indicators you will be rewarded on, that's where you're going to see it again, is in the sales aspect. But if we go right back to the core belief and we see, how many of you parents out there have not negotiated? If you go clean up your room, I'm going to take you here. I will buy you this if you do this. We've done transactional leadership right from the time our children are born. You know, if you're really good and you stay quiet here, or you do this or you do that. We reward report cards. When you bring a good report card home, there's so much for every A, B, C, things like that. So we have taught and we've brought up transactional leadership all the way through. It's in our current workplace that we're looking at how do we engage the staff better and how do we maybe be a little bit better of a leader. And that's where you're starting to see transformational leadership start to come into the workplace more.
Where have you in your life or your work seen this style used effectively? Let us know in the comments below. Please take a moment to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can get our latest content.
The benefits of this type of transactional leadership start with the staff know the chain of command. You know exactly who's sitting in the top spot in the organization, and then you also know who's sitting within your location of the organization and who you report directly to and who's above them. They also have very strict guidelines and processes set out. So if you want to know how to do something, there'll be a checklist, there'll be a manual, there'll be a process. Did you do this, 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 this? You can pretty much guarantee that you're going to find documentation as to the leadership's expectation of how that job is completed and what are the measurement tools that go along with it. The next aspect is knowing clear and concise roles as to if I want to move up within this organization. What do I need to do? What do I need to achieve? And how do I need to achieve that in order to move up within this organization? There could possibly even be timelines where they might say you need 6 months experience or 600 hours, but you will see that there will be concise and precise instructions and processes in how do you excel within that company.
It's very clear within these organizations and within this style of leadership to know when you are successful or when you're deemed as failing. So the reward system is very well known. You'll know what gets praise and what does not. So this really helps with guiding your path on a day-to-day, what's going to lead to victory and what is not. Knowing these really clear guidelines and rules can also lead to higher levels of productivity because you're always on one path. Due to the fact that there's not a lot of room for veering off path and going your own direction, everyone has their blinders on and they are charging towards the exact same direction all together. Now, I mean, that's the ideal situation. As long as this style is done correctly, then everyone has a clear vision of where they are going and you can succeed and achieve that together. If you work really well within this style of leadership, you can become very successful because you know what milestones that you need to achieve and you're not setting them out for yourself, but others have already pre-set them out for you. You know exactly what targets you need to reach and that they're not changing. So you're able to focus in and hone in on exactly what you need to do and become successful that way by showing everyone you lay out that goal and I can meet it. I can put all of my effort into that one task. Going into what Jeanette was talking about before, about we've been learning this style typically since we were children, so it comes far more naturally to us. It's easier to go in and say, here's what somebody's doing well, here's what somebody's not doing well, and I can offer them this reward because this is what I've been told to, or I can performance manage them. It seems to save you some time in that regard because you really have one of two options within that, and it's been already set out to the employee that you get this or you get this. So your guidelines as a leader are much more straightforward than if it was just open and you just get to choose how you're going to manage each employee.
So the challenges that transactional leadership brings to the table is it's all focused on business. Every decision, every action is taken based on what is best for the business, and really how the people are treated or what happens to the people becomes secondary. The second part of it is your advancement might only come as to what the company needs to advance and who they need to advance at that time, not really looking at what you might think is the best thing for the company. They might say this person is the one we want in this position at that time, and we're going to promote them.
Or that course really doesn't fit into where we see you within this organization. So you don't get to take it, but you can take this course that we want you to take so we can gain that knowledge.
Yeah. So creativity and collaboration within this type of transactional leadership really isn't given the value that in transformative leadership, it's given a high level of value. So that's one of the major differences that you're going to see between transactional and transformative, but that's in our next video.
If you have enjoyed this content and want to learn more about leadership, subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos here. Remember to do something today that will change your tomorrow.
Until next time. And we're a mother-daughter mediation team. And our
If you've liked and gotten if you've liked if you have enjoyed this video, enjoyed this content. If you have enjoyed this content and oh my gosh.
If you have enjoyed this content and would like to subscribe to our channel, we have more leadership resources below.
What the hell?